Hey there, and welcome back to HolleyWood Consulting. If you're new here, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you can stay up to date on all of HolleyWood Consulting's business tips, tutorials, and much more. Today, I'm going to show you how to use the bulk create feature to create email marketing campaigns that hit like Fenty and other big brands, but without the huge marketing budget. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you how to create 12 months worth of assets for email campaigns using Canva like the big brands do. I'm talking one system, 12 emails, total brand consistency in a matter of minutes. And stay tuned because in part 2, I'll be showing you how to use what we make in Canva to put into Shopify into a template to create an email marketing campaign. We'll even show you how to schedule it out for the next 12 months so you can set it and forget it. Okay, let's get this show on the road. And like in the other tutorial, I scouted out some templates that I like, and I also have 3 different designs in here. I'm going to insert exactly how to do that so that you can have 3 different size designs in one actual document. You have your templates already sorted out. You also want to open a Sheets document separate on the side because you'll need to flip back and forth between the 2 of them. In my Sheets document, I have sent main name, image main, tagline main, long, sent name medium, astrology name, and image medium. You'll see that these will correspond to my spreadsheet in a little bit. I went ahead and made up a company that publishes fragrances based off of astrological signs, and they do it monthly. So with that being said, we want to go ahead and create 12 monthly announcements for the new fragrances. I went ahead, put in some prompts, and just made up some titles, which, they could probably be, or you could probably use just for example purposes. Going back to the main template that I started, you'll see that I have scent of the month, I have serum, I have the tagline, and then the shop now. Also the main image. Those are places where I will be able to connect data to. I want the scent of the month to stay the same. That will not change, but I do want the name of the actual scent to go where the serum is, and I want the tagline to go where the tagline is, and of course I want the image to change as well. When you go back to the spreadsheet, you can see that everything that I have on the spreadsheet corresponds to what's happening in my main image. When I go to the next one or the next size of my document, I'm just going to go ahead and edit this so that it can make sure that I can fit things in. But if it can't, it can't. But you see along my spreadsheet, I only have one thing that says long, so there's no confusion in what's what. Last one, you see that I have places for text to go. At the top where that serum is, there's also a line where it says serum like down towards the bottom. And then there's 2 pictures for images, which also correspond to things on the spreadsheet. In my actual sheet, you can see that I left the images empty so that I can show you actually how I do it. Now, I get my assets directly from the client. If it's your company, your assets should be your assets. However, for this example, because it's a made-up company, we're going to use what's available in Canva. Again, you can use stuff for Canva for your stuff too, but use it at your discretion. Check in with your client if it's for your client, and just make sure that things are aligned with your brand. I need astrological signs, which are very basic, which will go into the medium size template that is a part of the document. So I'm just going to use Canva, search, and pretty much pull up every astrological sign and make sure that kind of, everything matches and goes together and fill it in. And because this is the internet, magically, everything is all filled in. For the image medium column, we were able to just pull stock stuff that was from Canva because it's just astrological symbols. So that's very basic and it's already in Canva. However, for the next column, which we need for the main image on our main template, these are fake products. So of course I'm going to have to create them. We're going to use the Canva generate images here. So I just click in the box that I need, go to elements, and type in exactly what I'm looking for. Now, if I click the regular purple search arrow, you'll see that basic stuff is just underneath it. It doesn't work. But if you click generate images, AI will step in and put its imagination to work. And look at this. I now have a perfume fragrance bottle based off of the sign that I was looking for. Go ahead and finished all of that. And I've decided that I'm going to actually take these product images and add them to my last medium template. So I'm going to copy and paste them over there and into that column. Because of the way the template is set up, the images that will be on the medium one do not need a background, whereas the ones on the main template do. So I'm just going to copy and paste all of those images into another column. And what's cool about Canva is they allow you to bulk do actions now. And one of the actions that they didn't allow you to do before, but that you can now do, is remove the background from a bunch of images at one time. And just like that, all of the images now don't have a background. And if you do a comparison between this one and what will appear on the main template, you can see the difference. And it's so much easier, so much cleaner. And you should definitely take advantage of this. It saves a lot of time. Now that the spreadsheet is all filled in, we want to go ahead and highlight everything that has data in it that we actually want to include to bulk create with. Yes, that includes the heading columns as well. Once that interface opens, you just want to go ahead and confirm the range of data that you want to include in this bulk create. After that, you then want to choose the template that you want to use inside this bulk create. As I showed you before, I already created and set aside the templates and finessed them to be what I want them to be for this project. So we'll just go ahead and click them, and that will add it to my bulk create. Once all of that is confirmed, it's time to connect the data sources from your spreadsheet to the templates. This is very important. I am very particular about how I name my columns because when it is time to connect to the data sources within the template, you don't want to make any mistakes or confuse anything. If everything is clearly marked, you won't make any mistakes. For example, everything that needs to go on the main template has main on it in the connect data section. Make sure that when you name your columns, you're doing something similar so that you don't confuse yourself, especially if you have more than one template in the design. I'm just going to go through all the templates and connect the data sources. Again, making sure that they match what I put in the columns so that every piece of data appears in the right place within the template. I have the tendency to double, triple, and quadruple check to make sure that my data sources are connected correctly. Because if it's not connected correctly, you will not get the result that you want at the end. So check 3 times, 4 times if need be, to get the result that you want at the end, or you'll have to come back and start it all over again. There are plenty of ways to do this. You do it however you want. For this example, we're going to do 12 different individual designs. We're going to save it under the original design name and leave it like that. You can do it however you want to do it. You can put it in one file. I'll actually do another tutorial and show you what that looks like later on. But however you want to do it, it's how you do it, and you'll get the same result regardless. It's just a little bit different in the organization of it at the end. When everything is all set and checked, you want to go ahead and click Create Design. In this specific case, we're creating 12 designs for 12 months and 12 fragrances. Once you hit that Create 12 Designs or Create Designs button, you'll switch back over to your spreadsheet, and a brand new column labeled Designs will have all of your designs in them. You see all of the designs lined up here, and if you click or hover over, you'll see, but you also have the capability of clicking on it and editing it as well. Now, instead of starting from scratch every time, all you need to do is make a little bit of tweaks on the actual design. So you can see some stuff isn't measured out correctly, or it's the wrong color, and you can just tweak those things before you put them in. And that's really convenient versus having to do every one step by step at a time. Making little tweaks is much easier than starting from scratch and designing something every single time. We want to work smarter and not harder. Think about it. That took a few minutes to create 12 pieces of content, which will go into 12 email blasts for the business. In the end, all of your designs are saved underneath a bulk create folder, which you can go ahead and rename later on. There you have it. We just created 12 months worth of assets for 12 different email blasts for a company that I made up in a matter of 5 minutes on the internet, 30 minutes in real life. We do this for customers all the time. If you don't have time to do this or just don't have the bandwidth, tap into us. We can help out.